Imagine 6 teenage boys, alone, on a remote island, no adults, no rescue, no rules. For more than a year. You might be thinking, this sounds exactly like Lord of the Flies. Chaos, violence, the breakdown of civilization. But this isn't fiction. This really happened. And the result? It was the exact opposite of what William Golding imagined. This is the real Lord of the Flies. And it's a story of resilience, cooperation, and hope. It was 1965. 6 boys from Tonga, aged 13 to 16, were students at a Catholic boarding school. They were close friends, bored, adventurous, and a little rebellious. One day, they decided to borrow a local fisherman's boat and set off on what they thought would be a fun getaway. No one packed a map, or a compass, or even enough food. They set sail into the Pacific Ocean and vanished. A storm quickly tore apart their sails and broke their rudder. For 8 days they drifted on open water, surviving on rainwater and raw fish they caught with their hands. On the 8th day, land appeared. Ata, a small, uninhabited volcanic island about 100 miles from Tonga. They had no idea how long they'd be there. Instead of descending into tribal warfare like the fictional boys in Lord of the Flies, the real boys did the opposite. They organized themselves. They built a food garden. They crafted makeshift huts. They created a rotating schedule of chores. They even built a gym and a badminton court. Every day, they began with prayer and song, and every conflict was resolved peacefully. When one boy broke his leg, the others carefully set it with sticks and leaves and nursed him back to health. The boys formed a true community. They caught fish, collected rainwater in hollowed-out tree trunks, and tended a small garden they built on the island's rocky terrain. When one got discouraged, the others supported him. When they argued, they'd take time apart, cool off, and then talk it out. Over time, their hair grew long, their clothes tattered, but their bond only strengthened. They were stranded for 15 months. One day, an Australian fisherman named Peter Warner happened to be sailing past the island. He noticed a strange patch of burnt vegetation on the cliffs, a sign of human activity. He sent a scout boat. What they found stunned them. 6 healthy, smiling boys waving frantically. When they returned home, everyone had assumed they had died. Funerals had been held. Families had mourned. Their return was nothing short of miraculous. Their story made headlines around the world. But then, as with so many remarkable stories, it faded into obscurity. Peter Warner helped them avoid punishment for stealing the boat, and even gave them jobs on his crew. Years later, the tale was rediscovered by historian Rutger Bregman, who called it one of the most inspiring real-life stories of survival ever recorded. In fact, it directly challenges a deep, cynical belief that humans, left to their own devices, will turn savage. These boys proved otherwise. The real Lord of the Flies wasn't a descent into chaos. It was a triumph of friendship, cooperation, and the human spirit. 6 boys, 1 island, 15 months. No adults, no rules. And not only did they survive, they thrived in a world so quick to assume the worst about human nature. Maybe this story is exactly what we need to remember.